They may take our lives, but they'll never take our... Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. This is an epic one, guys. We're in the top 200, and my group is the Group of Death. They are so good. So, here's the situation. I'm facing the guy who beat me most recently. In the last group, I went 2-1 in last season. And this is the guy who gave me the 1. He beat me, and in embarrassing fashion. If you remember, I couldn't clear his top zone because I got too fixated on that bottom zone, and it wouldn't have helped me anyways because I wouldn't have been able to clear him. So, he won fair and square, no questions. Now we're facing him again, an immediate rematch, guys. He went 2-1 in that group as well. He's from the top Maul group. We are both less than, or in the top 200, I guess we should say. And he's got more GP than me. Not a ton, but 700k-ish more. I mean, that's a substantial amount. You can see the mods. He's about essentially doubles me on 6 mods. I do have an advantage in the plus 25 category, and then our mods kind of balance out a little bit. He has the advantage on everything else, essentially. And the relics, obviously, he's got more than me. There's obviously, you can't doubt that. He's got, what, 200 more than me? Relic levels, including way more relic 9s. I do have another new relic 9, though, so I'm fancier than him. No, he's fancier, but we totally have the advantage in tier 1 through 3 relics, guys. We have like 10 more than he does. Alright, here's my defense. I went a little different this time. I placed a Starkiller team top right there with Ezra and all kinds of random stuff. Crew, we've got a taunt. We've got Malak in there, and the idea is you can't use Commander Luke on it. You can't use General Grievous on it. You'll have to use Bounty Hunters, which I was hoping that would draw out his Bounty Hunter so he wouldn't be able to, depending on what he placed, he wouldn't be able to take out my Darth Revan. In the back, as you can see, he doesn't have Malak because Starkiller's got Malak, but if he Bounty Hunters are a great way to take that team down, and if he doesn't have them because he killed Starkiller, then we're good to go. But he would have to also place General Skywalker, which you never know. He changes his defenses up a lot. I only put 3 Galactic Legends down this time, just because I wanted to be a little bit more offensively flexible, and I placed a pretty tough defense, I thought. You can see Dash with Bam as well in the front, and then Supreme Leader Kylo and the full bastard Lord Vader team. It's a pretty decent defense, in my opinion. And then we even have Night Sisters on the top. So, General Skywalker and Kenobi and everything in the back. If he's incautious, then that's what's going to happen. Now, he placed, look at this for the bottom front. How many people here would love to see that front zone? I wasn't that big of a fan, to be honest. But, he's got 3 Galactic Legends, and he's got Iden Versio with the full Relic Troopers, with the Omicron. We also, his top zone had the identical Dash Bam team, except his Dash was 7 speed faster. Mine is like 350, and his is 357, so it's pretty obscene, but really good team there. He has way more relics. He's got the fancy version. I've got the Walmart version. So then he's got the same-ish. He's got Relic 9 on set, but he's got a Darth Revan team with Nest, etc., and then he's got the Jango lead with Bounty Hunters. None of them are super fast, though, so, I mean, the no debuffs thing is real. And then, of course, he's got the Mothra team that cock-blocked me last time. Before we jump into the actual fighting, folks, want to remind you, if you want to support this channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment. We're mounting the algorithm, and it's fun. Join us, and together we can mount the algorithm as content creator and content consumer. I don't know. That wasn't as convincing as it probably should have been. But that being said, folks, let's jump to the actual fighting, shall we? It's an epic fight. There's a lot going on here, guys. If we jump in straight in, lots of new stuff. All right. Here we are. First, guys, we're going to undersize their Rey with a mirror match. This is something I'd never done, and it's crazy. Let's get started, shall we? So, all right, Lifeblood. We need to prioritize Lifeblood. We don't want Holdo to go. Now, I'm taking my... I was joking with the stream. I was like, I'm taking my 2 Hoes in the sense that I have Holdo and Hoda. So we want the Master's Training on Rey so we do extra damage and have more survivability. And then, I mean, eventually we should put it on to Holdo. But you can see we have we had a Whirlwind there. But we want to just err on the side of using putting up Lifeblood, especially when Rey is about to do her own Whirlwind. So remember, I do have a Relic 9 Rey now, but so does he. Everyone here is Relic 7, and they're all very thick. So we want to wait until their Rey pops her ult, and then we've got to pop ours right afterward, so we don't get damaged. We don't get damaged. All right, so Holdo is at damage immunity, which is a little bit scary. Decided to just try to hack their Rey a little bit. You know, we've already gotten rid of L3 apparently. Goodbye to L3. And remember, the Rey, the Jedi training Rey, I should say, is taunting because of Finn throwing his grenade of healing. So, anyways, we just got into our ult again. We want to prioritize Lifeblood. I've done this a lot in 3v3, guys, but 5v5 is a little nerve-wracking because they have a whole team here, and we've got to kill a whole team instead of just 3 of them. So, you know, and with Holdo here, it's nerve-wracking, guys. We're trying to daze them and do all kinds of fun things. And we're at 2.5 minutes. We've only killed 1 character, which seems problematic a little bit. Now, keep in mind, I'm not used to using the 2 Hoes on this team, so I'm not used to how they interact. You know, Holdo gets to taunt quite a bit because we put up that foresight and stuff. Okay, I've got their Holdo down. Wonderful. Now we've only got 2 minutes left though, and yeah, They got their ult, and I just had to weather the hit. I had to weather the hit because I couldn't, they got their ult before I did. I couldn't do it. I had no recourse but to take their hit, which Lifeblood helps us survive, of course. And, alright, yeah, Lifeblood. Oh, maybe I just, maybe I spoke out of turn here. I know I had the ult available here. We just waited. We waited until it wrapped around. That's all, guys. So now I'm going. It's not lagging, guys. I slowed this down because we got 1 minute left. Basically, it's like immediately just a total clincher. All right, take out Jedi Training Rey. Wonderful. And then in a minute here, guys, in just a little bit, watch as I try to apply a thing on Holdo, and it just I didn't click it right, and we just wait awkwardly for a minute for it to actually. You know, we're just trying to time ourselves out. That's all. That's all, guys. Just trying to. All right, took out Finn right before she got her ult, which is huge. Look, okay, see, I'm trying to target Holdo with my Lifeblood. We have 30 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds to go. All right, their Rey does her ultimate. Can our ultimate take her out? Can we do it, guys? Can we do it? Who even knows? We did it. 425k damage and 77 banners. Whew. 77. Fancy. I don't think I've ever gotten 77. I told the stream, I'm like, I've never gotten a 75. They're like, you didn't. You got a 77. I'm like, yeah, but I said it in my mind, so that counts. All right. So I've got the Qui-Gon Omicron, and I'm playing it awkwardly here. I don't know what to do, but the first thing... Okay, so you note that first thing we do with Barriss, I put up that buff because if Death Trooper goes with his AoE, and that we don't have Foresight anymore because of what's her name? Iden, because she does her AoE, gets rid of all the Foresight, and then if Death Trooper goes before anyone else, then they'll increase my cooldowns, and that could really, really mess us up. But instead, they kill Qui-Gon. So, alright, do the AoE, kill a few of them, and right now it's looking really great. Short Trooper, though, is doing some cool things. I could have done the turn meter gain thing, and I don't know how to use this team yet, guys, on this counter, and it gets, really sketchy. So we can't kill Iden, obviously. Obviously can't kill her. Plo. I wanted to say Poe. I wanted to say Plo, but then I was like, oh, I need to say Poe. Anyways. Excuse my Poe grammar, folks. But I just don't know what to do here. Okay, I guess we can do our AoE. We gotta heal with Barris, I suppose. And, I mean, we can't kill Shore Trooper. It's not fun. Okay, finally got Shore Trooper. But we don't have any way to, like, heal that. I mean, I guess Barris is keeping us alive. Really, I mean, if without Barris, I think this would end up being a fail almost immediately. I mean, we get really close to failing anyways here. And I don't know why Barris did her heal there. I guess for I don't know, for fun. Really, I didn't have a reason for it. Like I said, we're still trying to learn this counter. The first time I've used it. So, I mean, when Fatal does it, he uses a basic all the time on Anakin. And that clearly wasn't working for me. So, do the AoE finally. Wipe her out after she killed Ayla. 54 banners. Dropped 11. After our awesome victory, we drop 11. Alright, he's got Sith Eternal with Malak. And that shuts down our General Grievous counter. So, what do? We fight fire with fire and go with our own Sith Eternal. Now, I only have 3 Galactic Legends available here, guys. And so I decided to use all 3 of them in the front zone. And then if he has something in the back, I saved all of the teams that I need to be able to multi-shot if necessary. So, that being said, all right, we link these guys, we get rid of Watt. Once we want the shield tech. Sometimes you want the med pack from Watt, because you want to be able to heal your health as well. But in this case, we want all those debuffs. You see, we have healing immunity and ability block, all this stuff, but they'll disappear because of Watt and the shield tech. So, you know, shock is also good. We finally do our AoE, and we take out Malak and some other random. And the idea here, guys, is we have our ultimate, and he doesn't have his ultimate. So the Eternal doesn't. So that's pretty fancy of us. And, you know, he can't really get it that easily because they killed Watt too quickly, which is also fancy. So, you know, we're just waiting. I mean, Dooku, we can zap him with the big shot. We could, whatever. The big thing here, guys, is even if his Sith Eternal gets his ultimate, which is possible because he gains his ultimate bar just by me taking turns. He just gains it way slower. The thing is, as long as we can land our lightning on him, the shock, he can't heal his health. No one makes me heal my own health. I make that joke a lot, but he can't heal his own health. He can heal his protection through shock, but he can't heal that health, and so we eventually chip away at him and get him gone. You can see I put it on auto because it takes a while. Takes a while to get through, but eventually you get 65 because with full health and protection and undersize, etc. So let's try taking out the Supreme Leader Kylo. Now he had high tenacity on Hux, so let's increase Hux's cooldowns so that when Hux goes, he can just do a basic. And now, I mean, we don't have our ultimate yet, so we can't target outside of the taunts. So, you know. Here's the thing, guys. We got tenacity down on Hux, so we got ability block on Hux easily with Old Ben. And one thing I could have done to make it even more awesome is I could have called Old Ben to assist so that he gained potency up, so then he could put the ability block on people. I failed to do that. That's my bad, but we could have done it, and we weren't materially harmed too much by this, at least. So we're just trying to get the ultimate, guys. We're controlling things pretty well. That ability block on Kylo is pretty nice. I don't really want to taunt with Old Ben. I don't want him to steal banners, because Kylo just has to hit our Luke right now. So I gave that buff to Luke, and then I realized he had buff immunity. So that was great. Good job, young Luke to old Luke. All right. We got our ult, and check this out, guys. The damage he does to Galactic Legends is super fun. 69 and 69. I have to wonder if that Kylo, he seemed really squishy. I wonder if he even... I mean, he had mods. He had to have mods. He's just modded super squishy, I guess. Or I just hit like the truck I am. That's kind of a weird... Alright, so he did. He put a 4th Galactic Legend out. We don't have one to counter him. Lord Vader is in the back with most of his good team, but he's got Maul with the Mandalorians and both of the babysitters. So, you know, the babysitter club. But we're not gonna do anything to failure. Oh, here we go. Hold on. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Alright, we're back. We're back, and we're up top now. I switched the cameras halfway through the stream for some reason, and then that gets in the way just a tiny bit of seeing some health. I prefer it to be on the bottom, but for some reason I changed the cameras to the top. I think it's because I wanted people to see what I had in my inventory. But, alright, we don't have a way to beat his Darth Revan team, really. Like, he doesn't have Malak, but we don't have a way to one-shot because of Nest and that really ridiculously tanky Sith Empire trooper. So, decided to take this old school... I don't have him modded for this, guys. I don't have him in the right speed orders and stuff, but the old General Grievous Nuke, I've never done this, actually. This is one that I've just never thought was that appealing. But I do have everyone relicked, and they're all kind of fast. BB-8 gives them all 40% turn meter, so we're going to jump up in front of his 340 speed Darth Revan, and BB-8's going to taunt to start with. So, you know, the whole thing, though, is my Grievous is actually faster than all of them except for BB-8, and I guess IPD can kind of sneak ahead, as you'll see, but... Grievous needs to start, like, he needs to do the ending AoE, so he actually just has to do a basic to start with, or, you know, his slithering, whatever, strike thing. I'm sure that's not even close to what that's called. Alright, so BB-8 goes, IPD, you can dispel the nonsense, cool. And then I really wanted to do an AoE, but decided that we just do a hit on Basti, do the AoE from... T3, you can see all these debuffs. Everyone's got all the debuffs. Awesome. They have... Okay, now they're killing all our guys, but they do have a bunch of whatever it's called. Yeah, I was like, you know, IPD's gonna die anyways. Let's just explode for fun. I haven't done that forever. Grievous is alone now, so that's great. And I don't know, it's all over in less than a minute. But whew, 52 banners, dropped another 13. I'm like, man, I really hope he doesn't clear. Really, really hope he can't clear. So now we're going to take bounty hunters against this Dash Bam team. Remember, everyone's prepared because they're all scoundrels. So that Vander Chewie is going to be really tanky and tough to kill. And so I just decided to kill Bam first because he's the main threat. And then after that, I was like, okay, everything's going to be way easier because none of these guys have super high offense, really. So, you know, Zam's shooting the guys with thermal so she can gain some cool turn meter and stuff. Throw some more thermals, and we can rinse, repeat, and Bosk. This is actually really unfortunate, guys, because you can't see how close to death Bosk is here, and that becomes very relevant in the fight. Okay, one thing to keep in mind here, folks, is we're trying to get crits with Mando so that we can increase or decrease our cooldowns, so that we can get another snipe out. And these guys have so much healing and stuff. It's very tough to kill them. And Bosk is not looking great here, guys. He's just not. He's not looking wonderful. And their IG is just randomly taunting and stuff. It's wonderful and everything. All right, we got the crit from Mando, so we're gonna get one more shot here. Oh yeah, there goes Bosk, which is not great. Randomly killed our what's her name as well. I decided if we need to double tap this, we should kill Dash first, because you know, as long as if we're going to lose this, it'll be a way easier cleanup with Dash gone as opposed to Vander. Like, Dash could steal a lot of turn meter. Okay, there goes Zam. So her unique no longer applies to us. We would lose a ton of speed, lose a ton of health, protection, damage. Everything is just gone. And like, it's looking pretty grim. Grief is like, hey guys, hey Mando, you can just hang out under stealth. Like, I'm just gonna stealth here, Mando. You can just, you know, deal. All right, so Mando actually died once, and then I made a mistake there. Mando called the assist onto Queel there, which means he wasn't able to crit, which means he wasn't able to reduce his own cooldowns. And watch this though, guys. This is kind of fun. So IG hit him twice. We crit twice, so we could increase our cooldowns or decrease their cooldowns. So we got the kill on IG. Like, IG was the instrument of his own destruction. And then Mando just went to town. So we dropped another 10 banners there. I thought it was going to be way easy. Once we killed Bam, I was like, they're not going to have the offense. But then they did. All right, CLS here against Maul. It's like, okay, Han goes before Watt. It's not just a random thing. It's, you know, he shoots first. That's intentional on their end. So I was like, what if we just snipe Maul out right away? We didn't quite get that, but we switched stances with Luke, and then we got him. And just like that, I mean, this whole squad's just gone. So trying to get our health and our protection back to, get some banners. I mean, we've already dropped so much. Canderous is more or less under control. I was like, you know what, maybe we can find a way. Like, we'll try at least to get some assists from Chewie so that Chewie can heal Han a bit. I mean, it's just pretty futile, but I may as well try it, right? So, 62, there it is. Dropped 3, but we got through it. Now we've got to take out, we're going to go back to the top, and I did keep Iden Versio here on offense, because he has a really easy, like, he just gets a 65 with Bad Batch against Iden Versio teams, and I didn't necessarily want that. I wanted something that could reliably kill Mon Mothma really easily, because I was fairly sure he was going to put it on defense, because he usually does. This is one of those teams I felt like I could count on, and you guys have seen. You guys have seen me do this a couple times. Like, even when Iden wasn't relicked, you just destroy people with Iden. Or you destroy the Mon Mothma team with Iden, I should say. It's pretty fancy. So, yeah, we're doing okay here. We're doing okay. It takes a minute sometimes. This is a high relic Mon Mothma team. Remember, guys, Mon Mothma has all that health and stat sharing. So everything she has, all of her troopers are just super thick. All right, we're trying something new, guys. With Starkiller, one of the reasons I used the Starkiller team that I did was I wanted to have an EP Mara team to be able to experiment with. So Mara and Moff Gideon are both way faster than any of these bounty hunters. So you'll have to excuse me if I'm, not using everything right. Dengar, freaking Dengar, man. I was trying to stun him, put tenacity up, stun him. You dispel things, you put tenacity up, but it clearly didn't work. Did not panning out, but we're getting a bunch of turn meter, and, I think we probably could have done this without TIE Fighter Pilot, but people in the chat really wanted it, so totally just caved, guys. I felt like I was almost like what I do with my kids. I'm like, you know what, this isn't good for you, but you really want it, so let's just capitulate, To hell with your long-term health. Let's just get you some ice cream because you really want it. But it's all going pretty well. All going pretty well. Dengar's actually getting close to just losing it here, guys. Dadbod Boba's about to show us his knee rockets, which is something we should always try to avoid. And we got a 64. Not too bad. Not too bad with a bunch of kind of leftovers. I mean, Gideon. Did we need Gideon? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure, guys. It worked out fine, though. So, and then his fleets surprised me. He didn't, and he told me later he just wanted to take fleets that would reduce our RNG. Again, like, wanted to make it so that we would just, have it be a squad battle, mostly. So, alright, we burned all our cooldowns. We got Bad Batch here, because this is the thing. You guys have seen me do this before. Because we have to multi-shot his Lord Vader. We don't have any recourse for this. And so yeah, we're gonna multi-shot. Got the stuns from Wrecker and everything. Now we've got true damage, and the whole team just starts melting. Have Hunter do all of his assists, and they all die for awesome reasons. You're doing % health damage, and look at that, Lord Vader already getting his ultimate, but it doesn't really change that much, frankly. Like, he's hitting kind of hard, but we have no hope of killing Lord Vader. There's no hope of that, and so the whole goal here, guys, is we take out the ads, and with Maul here, it becomes a much more difficult thing. Like, you don't kill anyone. You can't. Maul stops Bad Batch from being able to do this, but because he doesn't have Maul here, we can use Bad Batch. And okay, he used his AoE. That's the condition we want to stop, and we just timed out, so that's great. And then we just throw in our Imperial troopers, who are like, man, we got another Lord Vader to kill. Like, this is getting old. It's getting old, but, we can get through them. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We're doing it. We're making it happen. Take him out. 29 banners. All right, I think we only dropped two banners from that, and maybe 3. All right, we got Mon Mothma, and this Finn team is just not that great. We also had my Jedi Revan team available. I mean, it was only 4 Jedi, And I was wondering if I should just take Jedi Revan and try to undersize to get 1 extra banner, and I decided that it would be more problematic. Like, these guys have some high-powered offense, like, the veterans. If we accidentally killed the wrong guy, like Veteran Han can do an enormous amount of damage, and we might not be able to heal everything in time with the Jedi Revan team. So, we could get 66, or we could get like a 63, or we could take Mon Mothma and almost guarantee a 65. At the end of the day, I was like, you know what, let's just go with the more guaranteed thing and try to put more on defense next time, because apparently, even though we multi-shot a team, we didn't need everything that we had. So, alright, we got all the squads down. Can we one-shot his fleets? They're actually pretty tricky. Take Finalizer here and put Hunted on his Vader, and then pass the turn to Silencer and just nuke his Vader. And then these guys don't really have a way to quickly get Taunt onto their bomber. So now we just target the Gauntlet and take him out, and now we can kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say at our leisure, but we can kill the TIE bomber. We have a little time, I guess, is all I'm saying, guys. We always have time until we don't. So the question is, do we try to stun their bomber, or do we try to do a big hit? And decided to go for a stun, just because I didn't want him to shoot, I guess. I don't know. May as well stun sometimes. What good's an ability if you don't use it? So let's just get their bomber out, and then their stupid shuttle can go his stupid way. We can get Consular in and call the assist onto Kylo. He gets the stun and the kill. There we go. 70 banners. Not too bad, folks. Not too bad for Finalizer. And then here's the really sketchy one, guys. I haven't done Rebels against Malevolence for a very, very long time. And this is against a Relic 7 Sunfac, of course. Of course he's Relic 7. And so, lots of weird interactions here, guys. Like, they put too many debuffs on us, and they get rid of their buzz droids. Whoa, hold on. Oh my gosh. That was madness. I apologize for that. Is that about it? Is that about where we were? Alright, well, we'll just go from here. Sorry. But you guys can see the debuffs just going away. You save your wiggle on the Falcon until they put buzz droids on you, so you can get rid of the buzz droids. And then you wanna, so I made a kind of a blunder here, guys. You need to save Cassian. In this build, you have to save Cassian so that you can get rid of the stealth on Spy and take out Spy. And so now it's like, can we even kill Spy? We need to kill Spy, but how do we target Spy? And like, I don't think we can target Spy right now. To us, like, Falcon can call to assist, but now we have no way to get Spy out. The one good thing is we do have Ebonhawk in reserve, so if we can survive till then, that's gonna work. All right, we killed the one remaining real Vulture, and now it's like, okay, do we hit Spy now? What do we do? Because we can wiggle because we have the offense down thing right now, and alright, they killed Cassian. They killed all of our ships, guys, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Alright, their Spy is almost dead, but not quite. So let's do the AoE and pray. Thank God we actually hit 62. We dropped 10 banners there, guys. My opponent was like, yeah, let's just make fleets a non-factor, and I dropped a bunch of banners. So yeah, so we got 1664. And that's actually a really good score for me. I only failed against one team, and that was that Lord Vader planned double tap. But my opponent had a lot for offense. So I actually took some screenshots. I'll show you guys how it went just a little bit here, guys. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Let's take a look at the final results. All right. So he attacked and he used Jedi Revan. He told me all the teams he used. I'm not going to tell you guys everything, but nice guy, by the way. Really cool guy. We talked on Discord and stuff. So, he used Bounty Hunters for 75 on the Starkiller team. He's going to use using Troopers for a 64 on the BAM team, which is super super demoralizing, actually, but he did use Jedi Revan team to kill my Supreme Leader Kylo. I've that kind of weird modded, strangely modded. He keeps winning against that comp for whatever reason. I think people expect him to be way faster, but okay, so he failed on Supreme Leader Kylo, though, and then he used Commander Luke to clean it up. The problem being, he was then able to finish them off really well, and then he killed my back zone for, he dropped some banners, but not enough. I needed a miracle, guys, and I got it in the form of Talzin and company. She was able to get a hold, and I was like, oh my gosh, I needed him to drop 35, but the thing is, he kept his fleets for the mirrors, and he knows how to get nearly max on both of those mirrors. So I needed him to drop 35 between this zone and ships. He wasn't going to drop any in ships, I was pretty sure. So I needed this zone to drop a substantial number. And so he dropped 20 against Night Sisters. I was like, oh, thank God. It turns out he used Geos there instead of, like, he had a General Grievous with BB-8 team he could have used, but he didn't. And 2019 is knocking on your door. It's pretty interesting. So here's the problem, guys. Once he cleared this zone, he needed a 73 and a 72 in ships to beat me, to be able to tie me and win. He needed a 73 to win, but to tie he would still win. So his first attack, 72, and that was against Executor. He got on the mirror match 72, and that means he needed a 73 to be able to beat me, which is very doable in the Negotiator mirror match, especially because all of his pilots are at least one relic level ahead of me, so they're all going to go before mine. When he attacked, he ended up with a 251, which translated to him losing by 8. Thank goodness. Holy balls, that was intense. Night Sisters saved me, but I mean, yeah, I couldn't believe it. My Supreme Leader Kylo saved me. He used Jedi Master Luke to take out my Lord Vader team, which, with the comp he used against the comp I have, he has a 60% chance to win, which, I mean, obviously it's in his favor, but he ended up stomping it, though. He only dropped 6 banners total. So that was a little disappointing. I thought that all of my hopes were riding on that gamble, but turns out my Kylo team was able to do something, and then obviously the Night Sisters. Let's just say it, I got lucky. He didn't use the right team, and he had it available. He could have used it to one-shot the Night Sisters. Even with sloppy banners, he would have won. So I got lucky, but it's still nice. I think I kept too much for offense. I thought some of my defensive teams were fairly creative, and they did steal some banners, but not really that much. He had a lot for offense. At the end, he still had Qui-Gon Jinn and that team, the Omicron Qui-Gon Jinn. So, he had a lot of offense himself, and I could have put more on defense to widen the margin just a little bit. But I still feel like it's a good win. This guy had way more GP than me. He has a way, he's an advantage in mods, an advantage in everything, in relics, and he's a really good player from a really, really good PvP guild. So I will take any win that I can. So, I got the win, thank goodness. Huge props to my opponent for playing it really close, really good match, and yeah, we're in the semifinals, guys. We're number, 121, something like that, 111? I forget. We're not quite at top 100, but we're getting there, maybe. Let's see if we can climb more. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.